I am gonna have you guys make a chicken jalapeno popper grilled cheese with me today. But I'm gonna take you through the whole process of how I track on MyFitnessPal, especially with the chicken. There is a little bit of a trick to tracking a meat especially, but really anything when you're tracking your macronutrients. It's especially important that you're tracking whatever you're eating, how it comes in the package. That nutrition label is for that food as it comes, so before it's prepared. So for example, pasta, when you make pasta, it literally absorbs the water. So if you measure out 2 ounces of pasta dry, which is the standard serving size for pasta is 2 ounces, then when you weigh it after it's cooked, because it absorbed a bunch of water, it's probably going to be closer to about 6 ounces. You're going to be thinking that you're eating 6 ounces of pasta when really you're only eating 2, which can be a serious problem. Another thing directly related to this chicken jalapeno popper sandwich that I'm making today is that when you cook meat, you are cooking the water out of it. So it actually gets lighter when you cook it. So it's really important that you weigh your meat raw first, and then you have to weigh it again when it's cooked so that you can distribute appropriately through your meal prep or whatever. I usually cook a pound of meat at a time. I know that's 4 servings because I eat 4 ounces of meat at a time. So for example, for this chicken that I cooked 1 pound of chicken tenderloins. I measured it, I weighed it before I cooked it. It was 1 pound. Then after I cooked it, it was 12 ounces. So I know that each serving is 3 ounces of cooked chicken. With the recipe that I followed and the baking that I followed, you really should measure it every single time. Your cooking method is going to be different and it's going to cause different results every time. So I've got my pan preheating on medium heat. I've got my jalapeno seeded and cut in half. I've got my pre-made chicken that I seasoned with paprika, pepper, a little bit of cayenne, and a little bit of chili powder. I've got my Lewis whole wheat bread that I'm using here today for my grilled sandwich. Got a little smash, we'll just kind of straighten that out a little bit. So this is the tricky part. I am going to use a couple different methods for my measurements today. So I'm going to start with kind of like an opposite method where I'm starting with see if you can see it. I'm going to start with my scale at 0. And I'm going to scoop out the amount that is the serving size. The serving size of this is, 31 grams. So I am going to remove cream cheese until that says negative 31 grams. And I'm just spreading this over here on my bread. Take it out. 37. Where are we at? 31, perfectly. Hey, would you look at that? All right, that's one method. So we saw that negative 31 straight from the container, scooped it out, put it right on my bread. So I've got my cream cheese all spread out on my bread. My pan is still preheating. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder on here. I'm gonna do 5 grams. I'm gonna spin this around so I can see it again. Of course, we have to zero out the bread and the plate, so we're not measuring that. Honestly, it's not even showing 1 gram yet, and I'm satisfied with that. So I'm just gonna leave that as it is. We're gonna put this on the frying pan so we can start heating. Next, we're gonna start measuring our next cheese. So now I need to tare it back to 0 again. And this time we're gonna do kind of a more traditional method. So I'm going to take the cheese from the bag and I'm gonna pour it directly onto the scale. And I'm gonna do that for 28 grams of this reduced fat cheese because that is the serving size for this cheese. 28. Just gonna rearrange that back on my piece a little bit. I want all of that in my sandwich. I'll put my jalapeno pieces on top. I want jalapeno in every single bite. Let's hope it's not a super hot one. All right, those are our 2 different measuring methods. Actually, I changed my mind. I like the jalapeno on the cream cheese one, so we're gonna take this off for now. We're gonna put our piece of pre-made bacon on this one. It's just a regular piece of bacon. I sometimes like to sub for turkey bacon, but we went with a regular bacon for today, for this week. And then I'm gonna zero everything, and I'm just gonna put on, oh my gosh, I forgot I need to heat up my chicken first. I'm gonna grab a bowl. I'm gonna zero out that bowl actually, and then I'm gonna put my 3 ounces of pre-seasoned, pre-made chicken. Now I'm gonna microwave this, and then I'm gonna put it on my sandwich. So in the meantime, I'm actually gonna stick this on the frying pan so it can start to melt my cheese. All right, so my chicken is microwaving for about a minute and a half. My 2 pieces of toast are toasting in the frying pan. I'm waiting to put that chicken on here with the jalapeno. Let's close her up. We're gonna be good to go. We're gonna have our jalapeno popper chicken sandwich that was all prepped. We're ready to go for my meal, for my weeknight meal. Making it super easy after my workout, after work all day. Taking me 10 minutes. Everything is going to be tracked in MyFitnessPal. Super easy, super accurate. Can't complain. So something else that I forgot too is that I pre-cook the jalapenos a little bit before I put it on the sandwich. Apparently I forget how to do everything when I decide to start recording. Yeah, we're gonna pre-cook the jalapenos a little bit, soften those up a little bit while everything toasts up, and we're gonna be in good shape. My pan grilled jalapenos are almost done. I like to call them pan grilled because they're not really sauteed or pan fried because there's no oil or butter that I'm using with this. It's kind of like a pan grill because you're not adding anything to it, and it's just kind of getting that like toasty little char on it. You know, kind of tenderizing it a little bit because a regular jalapeno can be a little tough. All right, let's open this baby up. Looks interesting, but I promise it tastes really good. But okay, when we flip it, it's gonna be like that. So we're gonna do that. That looks nice and toasty. Hey, give us a little ASMR. Oh my god, yes, though. That looks so good. You cannot even deny how good that looks. It took me 10 minutes, honey. There's no excuse. So good, and I'm staying in my calorie deficit. Look at that cheddar and the cream cheese on the bottom. You gotta do the opposite sides. Balances each other out. Ooh, it's a little bit of a spicy jalapeno, but it's gonna be really good with that cream cheese, that bacon, smooths it out. I'm gonna grab some water. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Don't forget, always weigh your meat twice, raw and cooked.